So you remember back in September of 2021, the National School Board Association sent a letter to President Biden saying you need the Department of Justice to come in, you need the FBI to come in to investigate these parents. They're just too hostile at these school board meetings. Whistleblower reports about the FBI continuing to use a threat tag, officials. So again, they've got a threat tag set up investigating parents. And they've got examples of this. It's all based off a whistleblower. This is after Merrick Garland testified that the counterterrorism unit would never really be involved because of parent speech.
I do not believe that parents who testify, speak, argue with, complain about school boards and schools should be classified as domestic terrorists or any kind of criminals. Parents have been complaining about the education of their children and about school boards since there were such things as school boards and public education. This is totally protected by the First Amendment.
That part he got right. What he got wrong is that they are classifying these parents as terrorists.
Well, I mean, he says what he just said that we quoted, and then he writes a memorandum that says just the opposite.
A threat to them is, I disagree with the policy. The Republican disagrees with the Democrat.
Right. They consider that inciting violence. When did this happen last? It was under the Obama administration, after the passage of the Affordable Care Act, leading up to a midterm election where the Democrats knew they were going to get clobbered. What did they try to do? Silence the grassroots movement that was growing naturally, kind of outside of the Republican Party, but certainly a conservative movement, and the Tea Party groups. They wanted to silence them. They used law enforcement tools to attempt to silence those groups.
A massive, deliberate, and intentional campaign of intimidation. It is designed to intimidate the American people into submission and subordination.
In the cases that are mentioned in this letter from Jim Jordan and Mike Johnson to Merrick Garland, nothing. The FBI started the file, did the investigation, brought these parents and individuals in, and what did they conclude? There was nothing illegal about what they were doing.
We've got to make sure that the Department of Justice is not weaponized to become a political arm of the Democrat Party. And that's exactly what they've done. The DOJ is no longer this neutral arbiter, the agency that's in charge with maintaining our justice system. They're using this to advance political objectives and go after their political opponents. And they're treating these people like they're enemies of the state. The greatest threat here, you and I both know, is that it's undermining the people's faith in our institutions. And if we lose our faith in our system of justice, brother, in a constitutional republic, we're in real trouble.
And they have some examples, as we talked about, the Moms for Liberty. And you know what they said for the Moms for Liberty? Oh, they also know she was a gun owner. The fact is, again...
Well, how'd they know that, by the way, without doing an investigation?
And second, that's legal.
Of course.
These are all legal things. You have a Second Amendment right to own a gun. You can be part of a group called Moms for Liberty, and you can vocally oppose the defeat politically of any school board member. And saying that we want to beat you politically, we want to take you out of office, that is not criminal speech. That's not even threatening speech. That's just political speech. Politics is a win or lose game. You have to win. You have to beat your opponent.
You ought to be scared to death that the fact that you actively advocate for, passionately advocate for your children before a school board could result not only in a visit from a federal law enforcement official, the FBI, weaponized as the IRS was, weaponized by Biden as the IRS was weaponized by Obama, and then you now have an FBI file in Washington, D.C. in your name as a possible terrorist.
I cannot figure out a good motive for why it's the case that they are so stuck on investigating parents. It's abhorrent. It's deeply inconsistent, both with what the Attorney General said and with the basic tenets of American privacy and freedom.
These are people that had the FBI come to them. An FBI file opened up on them because they had the audacity to speak out against an elected official, against a public official, and a school board member. This, again, it's the basis of trying to get you to shut up and sit down and not engage politics.